Welcome back to the show. Happy 20th arcade anniversary, King of Fighters 11. Yeah, people who've been around here know that's my favorite KOF game. However, given that this is the 20th anniversary of the game, maybe we should break down why it is the best KOF game. Let's take it from the start. It all began in 94. Y'all remember 94, right? The team mechanic. You get three characters for a quarter instead of just one, right? That was the whole big thing. The other big thing is you get dizzy and your homies on screen, mash them buttons, your homies gonna jump out. And that's where our team mechanics started. KOF 95 improved those team mechanics to a degree. How you can sit up here and call out the homies, and when in the Y you can call out the homies. 96, less team mechanics, but we got new ways for you to play with meter. So play with meter, but call out the homies if you wanna. 97 and 98 introduced social relations, which then throws a personal thing into the team mechanics, you see. So if I'm beefing with dude, when he getting his ass whooped, I ain't jumping out there, go ahead, get your ass kicked, pal. After 97 and 98, social relations never returned in a major way again, but do underline it. We have a whole video series about KOF 98 Ultimate Match and how unlocking characters work. Anyway, again, we talked about the dream match. Now, we're cloning people now, because now we're in the Nest Saga, baby. Welcome to Dis Downers, because that's a King of Fighters 2000 thing, localization and stuff, but let's back up to 9-9. And the 9-9 will from the 9-9, right? So, K4, not K4, not just K dash. K dash. I remember like they had it in there, like you say K dash or you just sound out K dash. Anyway, team mechanics. We're in the Nest Saga. We got striker bombs now. So you can call out the homie for an assist attack. It's Marvel, baby. Well, technically, but anyway. That is our evolution of team mechanics. Of now, in the midst of a fight, you can call out the homies. It ain't no getting beat up no more. When I need the homie, BC, the homie's jumping out. The second best KOF game, in my opinion, is King of Fighters 2000. Now, we haven't strayed away from striker bombs, but understanding and knowing if you've watched like recent people have their dissertations about the state of SNK at the time, King of Fighters 2000 was supposed to be the end. So they poured everything. Anybody who was anybody, come get you this cameo, bro. Not everybody made it, but a lot of people made it. And it literally stands the test of, I really don't think any fighting game has gotten that dumb with assists like that. Given what it ultimately broke down to, which we will not discuss here, it was great to see how much of a celebration of SNK that was. And that goes even deeper when you get into like the Dreamcast version of King of Fighters 2000, where if you pick certain strikers and things like that, you get special hidden stages and stuff like that. You should go research that on your own time. Then there came the end of the Nest Saga and the King of Fighters 2001. And, well, have you ever, and I mean ever, wanted 4 super meters before? Have you ever wanted 4 super meters? Like, have you ever wanted to be like, it's just me and I have 3 strikers now because I do? That is literally the only thing that KOF did. Team KOF 2001, that is its only contributing thing to society, is you can literally run the ones literally with 3 strikers. I don't know how much of a advancement that is, but that's what it did. The King of Fighters 2002 is the King of Fighters 2002. I will say nothing. There's nothing to really say about KOF 2002. Max mode. Are we good? Cool. So, and no brain, no. I don't think talking about armor mode or counter mode really has anything to do with team mechanics, but I guess if you're going to mention max things, that is what the NES Saga did. Counter mode, armor mode. We've mentioned them. We're good. Cool. So, we're almost done. Almost. Welcome to the shift system, because now we are in the Tales of Ash. Again, what the shift system was in 2003 was the prototype for best game. The shift mechanics, yeah, air quoted, work, but it is very stiff in how it does. But it exists. And now would be the point before we get into 11 for me to sit up here and point out something to you. Especially when we're talking about mainly the NES Saga and how KOF, after the Orochi Saga, will get on a roll with something where, again, we introduce striker bombs. Then we sit up here and throw the whole SNK kitchen as strikers that you can use, and then we don't do nothing. That's kind of what it is. Hell, the Orochi Saga was kind of similar. It all began in 94. We're trading one team for another and giving you bonus Saishu and also Omega Rugal. That's the thing. When will there be a heavy D? Would somebody like to tell me? No one knows. Cool. Okay. Then we got into, we got meters now. And then, social relations came and went. Let's get to the big dog now. Let's get to Happy Anniversary King of Fighters 11. The elegant way that the shift system works, along with skill stocks and your meter and leaders and all of that stuff, it just flows in a way. It just flows in a way that makes the game not only wonderful to watch when played, but equally wonderful when you play it. Again, one more time for the sake of the video, let us run it back, okay? Let's run it back. It all began in 94 when you got dizzy and you called the homies out for help. 12 years later, give or take some time, in the middle of a combo, I can call out the homies to continue my combo, which mostly led to dizzies and you dying, but that's how King of Fighters 11 works, right? Yeah, that was it. That was literally it. Like, the literal whole point of this is to literally explain why it's the best KOF game, because again, it is the ultimate expression of where we started. Let us be for real with ourselves. Where did we go after this? KOF 12 is KOF 12. I love KOF 12 because I've come around on it and not everybody agrees with it. But I like this simplistic nature of, I hit you with that counter, I'm going to hit you with the C, and the super. Which I know my big brother Dilly Radium never liked. Big bro, wherever you at, I love you, man. He used to get mad when people, he would be in rooms and people be mad that he would get so pissed off. Anyway, King of Fighters 13, which because of all the time I spent with it, when it comes to 2012 mobile and stuff like that, I have grown to have an appreciation that I never had for the game, because I'll be honest, you know what I'm saying? I was just mad that King of Fighters 13 wasn't what I wanted, but time heals all wounds. And it's like, I love the game. I'm like, that's why anytime it's on sale, I tell y'all it's on sale on Switch or on other systems, because people need to understand how crazy KOF 13 is, because it wants and asks so much of you. When we came back to Burn the Fight, we're not going to do that. It understood the assignment of, we need to dial it back but we need to let you go crazy still. And again, just like in the series before it, 14 was the basis for 15 to be so great. Because it's literally all of that stuff jumbled in. And it's a great KOF game because KOF games before it were too much, bordering on what some people would claim is not enough, which I think is a fine thing for 15 to sit up here and to get in the mix and make the best out of the situation, being one of the best KOF games in recent history and in general. But that's our series. I'm like getting into Regulation A and Maximum Impact. I don't know. Do I secretly want to tell you that there are GBA ROM hacks for King of Fighters, for King of Fighters EX2? Because there are, they exist, and now you know they exist. Good luck finding them though, but they exist. Again, the whole point of me sitting down and doing this was I love KOF very biasly. I wanted to explain to you why it is the best game in the series because of what it represents for the lineage of the franchise in which we speak of. Yes, you can argue back and forth that better has been done before or after it. Argue that all you like. But it cannot be argued what King of Fighter 11 represents. It is literally the end of an era for King of Fighters in that motion. Because 12 and 13 what they were, 14 and 15 are what they are, and everything preceding 11 is what it is, and you can't go backwards. You know what I'm saying? And no, mentioning Neo Blood does what for us right now? I don't know. I meant Neo Wave, I'm sorry. Like, I mentioned Howling Blood, not Neo Blood. Neo Blood is the first GBA game. Neo Wave is the experiment of King of Fighters 2002 without the 2002 mechanics and bonus characters. So it is what it is. That is refreshing. I'm glad that we can sit down and have this conversation. Argue amongst yourselves. Nothing's gonna ever change my mind about King of Fighters 11 being the best, biasly and factually. Cause again, I'll say it because I'm here at the end of this video before I get y'all out of here. Biasly, I'm just like, given the point at where I was when I experienced 11 for real, at that point, I had already played everything prior. I played everything prior to that. Understanding it, and again, I was still infantile in my understanding of KOF, even in 2006, because again, you have to remember something. My first KOF game officially was 99, and I played that in 2001 because I bought that from some kid in my math class after I sat up here and been spoiled by Capcom versus SNK 2. And over time, with collections and being able to get a hand on emulation and trying to understand what they did, I still didn't have a proper understanding. You have to understand, my mind got blown in 2007 when I had nothing but time to sit up here to get in the lab and understand what these games do because I had access to the series the way that I did. To know that when King of Fighters 11 came out and I'm seeing tags and shifts, and again, like a lot of what I got early was me on Cyber Fanatics just watching fools clown. Again, you got somebody who sat up here and watched the rise of Oswald, okay? See, that puts my stamp on I'm a real OG. See, there was a video out by some dude who I won't name about Vanessa. I was there when Vanessa was the best character in the game because Helion Infinite's bitch. I was there when K-Dash was the man, boy. Get you in that corner, hit you with that infinite. But long before there was a KGO partner, long before there was a KGO, there was an Uncle Triple. You're welcome. So, I think that concludes that. So, Happy anniversary, King of Fighters 11. If I had a way to play you and record you, I probably would do that. But I don't know if I can pull it off. But hell, I got all week. We can find out. We can try. But regardless of that, we got plenty of more show for all of you amazing and awesome and beautiful entities that is you. Go be that. We've got more show for you live right here on Team GRF TV. Me. I'm, of course, the one on Triple. The G.O.D. That is me. I'm your Uncle Triple, baby, who you love the most, baby. And you know I am Chemo V2, baby. And you know what? Chemo. Suave, baby. And you know I am hitting it to the 62,784th power, just in case your ass forgot. And you know I am him LK, baby. Him Martin Lordship Kingulation 627th of my name, bitch. You know what it is. And and just in case you forgot, because this is the subject, I am your reigning, defending, undisputed SNK God King, baby, and one half of the SNK World Tag Team Champions of the world. You know what it is. Squish murder, wherever you at, baby. Love. I hope you're enjoying your vacation, pimping. King of Fighters 11 is the best KOF game, just in case you forgot what this video was and you made it all the way to the end of this. We have plenty of more show for you live right here on Team GRF TV right after these commercial messages. Dream cancels, bitch. Shout out to Dream Cancel. Yeah, shout out to Dream Cancel. Go look at that wiki. You might find some information that you can use in a street fight or something. Seriously. More show for all of y'all right after this.